Wepa, Jav QCity. This that abuela ass whooping, nigga. Side face lords, come get it. Success comes to those who's persistent. If you give a funny vibes, I'm keeping my distance. I'm a puzzle to you haters like planes that I'm missing. Put niggas on the chicken wings, bringing resistance. Jail time's not part of the story. Couldn't dodge it. Pain's just...
What up, mi gente? It's your boy Kumbia King, Showtime Finest, Bolivisión en vivo y en directo aquí live with my boy Jav QCity.
Yeah.
What we're bringing today is a little special before he's dropping a new album. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Man, my name is Jav QCity, repping South Phase Lords. You know, I was born in El Salvador, came here to New York halfway through my life. You know what I mean? And then, you know, that's how we doing it, man.
Listen, the thing is, like, I've been listening to your music for a while now, and I think it's just a few of them artists out there representing for us Latinos and us for the rap movement itself, because, you know, nowadays it's just, things have changed, man. The rap game ain't the same.
Yeah,
you know, not everybody is just focusing on the lyrics. You know, everybody's talking about this millions and this Benzes. Like, I don't drive a Benz, you know what I'm saying? But I like the way that I listened to your album. I had the opportunity to listen to his album before anybody else, just to like vibe a little and see what's going on, you know, for this interview. And I want everybody to understand that it is a good product out there. I'm telling you, the music, it's nice. I vibe with it. While I'm driving, I'm listening to my kids listen to some of the songs, and it's just crazy. Like,
it's my first album, and you know, I took a long time doing this album. It took about a year and a half, because, you know, this is my first product that I'm giving out to the people. Right. So I wanted to make sure that it was perfect from beginning to end. You know, even in the middle of recording, I did the Lord Q mixtape. You know what I'm saying? And that the reason why I did the Lord Q mixtape was because I felt like I was taking long on the album, and I didn't want people to be waiting too long, and I didn't want to give the songs that I have for the album out yet. Okay. So I put that out, you know, for the summer. Everybody enjoyed it, so, you know what I'm saying, now we're ready to push the album, man. Okay.
Crash the Party, okay, it's track number 2. From the moment the song starts, it just gets me on that whole vibe, that whole, you know, barbecue summer party.
You know, it's funny, I said that because that song is actually produced by New Time Production. Shout out to DJ Itchy Finger. When I brought the idea to Itchy, he produced the song from scratch. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that beat ready. I told him that, you know, growing up, you know what I'm saying, here in Long Island, we used to cut school and go to house parties, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I think we all did.
And even on the weekends, you know, the house parties in Long Island were official. And I just wanted to bring, you know, everybody in the basement with the speakers on. Your local DJ that was coming up, he was spinning the records, and there was mad girls, and it was dark and liquor and all that. So I wanted to bring that vibe back, you know what I'm saying, of a Long Island house party, because this is where I was born in El Salvador, but I was raised here, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring that feel back of good music. Hip-hop has changed. You know what I'm saying? When I came up, you know, the artists were talking about pushing the drugs. These rappers are talking about doing the drugs.
It's crazy.
So it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to have a fun record where everybody could take something out of it. You know, I speak about, you know, getting a plate, you know what I'm saying, while the DJ's spinning and my boys rolling up in the backyard. This is like a typical Long Island party, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring that energy back out. So
I know you did a collabo with, what song is it? That's How You Feel? With Jonel La Voz, right? Yeah, Jonel La Voz. This was a hidden track on your on the mixtape. On the mixtape.
That was actually I did that on purpose. I wanted to put it as a hidden track because we did the video for it. That was actually the first official single for the album. Okay. So if you downloaded or bought the hard copy for the mixtape, because it was a free download, you know what I'm saying, for the in the internet, I put it on, but I pressed a couple of hard copies that I was selling. Shout out to the West Coast, you guys got it first and support it out there. I really appreciate it. But I wanted to put that there because it was a little hint of what was coming, you know what I'm saying? And since we put the video out, you know, that was my first single, and I definitely got a lot of love out of that. Shout out to Jonel La Voz.
Time is running. Yeah. And when I hear this song, and I'm gonna tell you, I play this song in the car. When I hear this song, I'm just vibing through the whole song. It's just a catchy song that makes you want to get up and just, you know.
Yeah, that song is actually produced by a Salvadorian producer. You know what I mean? From Europe. And he linked up with me. You know, he was just taken back that I was a Salvadoran rapper, and I was doing it the way I've been doing it for the last couple of years. And he wanted to work with me, so you know, I think that, you know, that's like coming full circle for me, you know what I'm saying? Coming from El Salvador and working with Salvadoran producers who love hip-hop, because that record is very hip-hop, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's very inspiring, you know, it's basically saying time is running, you know, you got to get it now, there's no tomorrow. So, you know, anybody who feels like, you know, I'll deal with that tomorrow and
you got to do it today.
Yeah, you got to do it today.
You got to do it today.
Now, man, because you never know what's going to happen out here.
Yep.
Against the Roast is one of those joints where, like, shout out to Meech, she did the hook for this, and I just felt like I felt like I've been through a lot in my life, and I've seen a lot of things in my life,
right.
And I've lived, and I kept going, you know what I'm saying? So Against the Roast is pretty much one of those inspiring records that says, you know, no matter what's going on in your life, and you might feel against the corner, you know, you might be against the ropes, you might be against, you know, in the corner, you can still fight back, and don't let anything put you down in life, you know what I mean?
Okay. I like the beat of that song.
Still Mirror, yeah.
Listen, what's going on with that?
Well, Still Mirror is a fun record. That's for the ladies that like to go out to the clubs in the weekend, and you know, you want to slide out with somebody and hit the telly at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. We've all done it before. But that's pretty much a record that it was inspired, and just hear it, or guys hear it. It's a fun record, and I'm sure you guys, we've all been through it, going to the telly with a girl, you know what I'm saying, after the club. You know what I mean? Right after you go to the diner, you know, you have to get a diner first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's not many diners anymore. Like,
but back in the day, you know what I'm saying?
Back in the day,
yeah, we used to hit the diners all the time. So, Still Mirror is one of those records, you just getting freaky with your lady, you know what I'm saying, or your lady for the night, however you want to do it. But it's a dope record, man. I think it's
White Henny. Were you like drinking White Henny when you wrote this song? I'm like, I gotta ask him that. I said I gotta ask him that.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that record? Like I said before, you know, the first mixtape of mine, I released it. It was a mixtape that I released in 2011, and one of my best friends had passed away at that time. I had one of the relationships that I was in had broken down, so I was in a very dark space when I when I first started doing music. I was in a very dark space. I was trying to leave, you know, all that shit in the hood behind and trying to do something productive. Going into this album, I started feeling similar feelings to what I was feeling then, but I am older now. You know what I'm saying? I've learned in life of how to deal with certain situations. So instead of being down on myself and feeling like the world was crumbling, in this album, or where I'm at in my life right now, I've learned to be optimistic. You see what I'm saying? So in a song like White Henny, it was pretty much, I was by myself drinking White Henny in my house, and I was running to this record. But instead of, you know, I express how I'm going through things in life in this record. But instead of being down about it, I'm saying, you know what? Yeah, I'm going through shit now, but things gonna be alright. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm sipping White Henny, and when I have it in me, it feels like I got life in me. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much to let people know that no matter what you go through in life, you know, you just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? 12 different producers, so the sounds itself is already, you know what I'm saying, well rounded. Plus the topics that I speak on, you know, you got, if you like the party, if you like that type of music, we just want to hear good music when you can vibe to, there's records for that. If you have you know, there's records for, you know, all my street cats, you know what I'm saying,
right.
Some hard bars if you like listening to lyrics, you know what I'm saying, there's inspirational records, there's all types of records, and political records, you know what I'm saying.
I'm sorry to cut.
Yes.
And I must say, being in the promoting business in the nightclub scene for over 10 years in Long Island, let me just say, I just found out that I like that soft music, R&B. I listened to this, what is it?
Game of Dice.
Yes, you already know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
This song, it's from the beginning to the end. I'm like, I'm driving and I'm like, I like this.
Into this album, they told me that to make the music universal, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted, you know, I think we've all gone through situations with females where, you know, you're getting to know somebody, and there's that, you know, there's a fight of trust there between the both of you. Like, you guys show each other affection and interest, but yet you fall back at the same time.
Right.
So, and with like a person like myself who's always busy and handling business and stuff like that, I don't have time to be playing those games. You see what I'm saying? So in this song, I'm basically telling Shorty that, like, listen, I fuck with you and I like you and I'm giving you my attention, but you having this thing that like where I have to court you and doing all that, I don't have time for none of that. So I think we're all going through situations like that with females. So I wanted to make a record where not only coming from the guy's perspective in my verses, the hook on the song, sung by Yanela Voz, it sounds good for the women as well.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Where it could be good for both sides. It's not a one-sided record. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Then you did a song also with Bacardi Boom, aka Elijah King, right?
Yes.
That's
It's Quiet.
It's Quiet.
Yes.
What's going on with that?
Well, you know, I had to bring my team with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Spec, shout out to Elijah on the track.
This song in particular, Fancy Ho. I know I had to skip the song once, and then I was like, all right, let me listen to it again, and I was like, this is funny. It is.
Well, Fancy Ho, this is inspired by a couple of people that I know in my life. You know what I'm saying? You know the type of girls, you know, you've been in the promoting business for a while, so I'm sure you've seen this transition go through of, you know, when you meet a girl, when you first meet her, she's nice and innocent and all that shit, and then she's getting introduced to the nightlife.
Right. Oh,
and she gets turned out. So you're like, oh, damn. So then years pass by, and now you see her transition of being a good girl who just happened to, you know, reach to that point in her life, to now she's really deep into it. So now, like, all right, you were a hoe back in high school, but now you're dealing with all these cats who make money and, you know, are about that life, and now you're a fancy hoe, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to you girls. Spanish Girl Lost. I just wanted to tell a story. This is very similar to Fancy Hoe.
I see it a lot nowadays. I think that we lost the concept, like girls lost the concept of finding the right guy, and it's crazy.
Well, and so, you know, I mean, shout out to the girls who are independent and all that stuff, but know how to play their part and let the man be the man. And, you know, there's a lot of friction in between that type of relationships.
Right. The album you choose for whatever it's worth. Why?
Well, shout out to Mike West. Mike West produced and recorded this record. Put a little pitch at the end where it sounds like it's a record. You know, when you're slowing down a record.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the reason why I put it last. Also, it's also one of my most personal records on the album as well. You know, I'm speaking about a female that I dealt with in the past. I'm speaking on a friend that I lost. You know, he passed away, and unfortunately, we never had the time. You know, there was a little beef, I guess you can call it. It was never really that serious, but we stopped speaking for a very long time, and then he passed away, but I never got to make peace with him. And I'm also talking about my father, you know what I mean? So basically, that record is pretty much saying that, like, listen, man, for whatever it's worth, I feel bad what happened, you know what I'm saying, or how things came about, you know what I mean? But,
so how do we get this album?
Well, this album is going to be available on iTunes, Google Play for the first month. You know what I mean? The first month is going to be strictly just iTunes and Google Play. And after that, after a month, I'm going to put in Spotify, Tidal, stuff like that, and streaming services where you could just log in and check out the album. And shout out to Kumbia for having this interview with me. And Bolovision, I've been fucking with y'all for a minute. So I'm glad we had this, you know,
I am a supporter of his music. I'm going to tell you why, because I feel that not a lot of people is doing what he's doing. And I wish you the best of luck and good luck with your album.
Having me here.
And
shout out to everybody listening, man. Toda mi gente salvadoreña, centroamericana, sudamericana, todos los latinos apoyándonos a Kumbia y a mí con mi música. Se lo agradezco mucho.
Estamos en vivo y en directo con QCity aquí en lo que es Bolivisión en vivo y en directo. La gente que quiera bajar este nuevo álbum que él va a poner, vamos a tener el link en lo que es la página de Bolivisión para ustedes puedan ir y bajar el álbum. El álbum va a estar en ¿qué? ¿Octubre?
En octubre va a estar en iTunes.
Lo vamos a tener disponible, entonces para que todos ustedes lo puedan bajar. Ya saben, Bolivisión, mi amigo QCity representa para todos ustedes los latinos aquí en Nueva York, Long Island, en vivo y en directo. Let's go.